Hey guys, Metal Jesus here, and I am back again with Radical Reggie.
What's up, buddy? Look at this video.
Yes!
Are you ready?
Time. I am pumped up, dude. I added 2 new systems to my collection.
Oh, nice, dude.
I know, man. I'm pretty pumped about it.
I'm pumped as well. Let's get started.
All right, guys, it is a hot day here in Seattle.
Yeah, so we're sweating in the videos because of the games.
The games. So, a couple months ago, Kinsey and I did a video where we were talking about some of the best examples of modern games done really well.
Right.
And in that video, we gushed about The Witcher 3. And that came from the heart. Like, we really love that game. Have you played it?
No, I haven't played it yet. Rebecca was even telling me to play it, and I still haven't picked it up yet. I need to get on the hype train.
Yeah, well, so get this. So we put out the video, and, you know, it's been watched by a couple people, but we got an email from CD Projekt Red, which is the developer of The Witcher 3, of the game.
Oh, wow.
And they said they loved our video. And I was like, all starstruck. I'm like, really? Like, this email from like, nuh-uh, you know?
Nice, dude.
And they were so cool. They're like, hey, we want to really thank you for the videos that you do, and thank you for including your game, or our game in your video. We want to send you a thank you. And they asked me for my t-shirt size. And so, you know, they basically sent a bunch of t-shirts.
Oh, nice.
Yes, which I was pretty pumped for, right?
Heck yeah, man.
Really nice. But then they send... Oh, I almost dropped it. This bad boy.
Whoa, dude.
So this is the PlayStation 4 Collector's Edition of The Witcher 3. And the reason why this box is so dang big is because, dude, this is a serious Collector's Edition.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and this is like...
Yeah, so it comes with a beautiful, huge statue of Geralt battling a griffin. It comes with a steel case that's specific to this version of it. It comes with a little medallion that Geralt wears in the game.
Right.
It also comes with a full-size art book. It's legit.
Dude, I've never seen this before. Did this come out to America, or did it come...
You know, that's a good thing. It says Peggy 18 on it. I'm not sure. I
don't think it did, man. So
I don't know.
That's pretty awesome.
It's pretty crazy. And, you know, I actually have been looking at... Because, you know, when this game first was announced, it's one of those things where I didn't know if I'd like it or not. So, so you never know if you should go for, like, a collector's edition.
Exactly.
Of course, now that it's out and it's a masterpiece and people love it, well, you go to look for these online, and these collector's editions go for $400, $500. Like, this is such a gift.
Well, this is a lot of good stuff in here, it looks like, man. I mean, you got the statue there, the book, and is there a soundtrack CD in here as well, or is that the compendium?
Yep, soundtrack CD.
It's an art book.
I mean, it's the biggest collector's edition in my game collection now.
That's awesome, dude.
So I want to give a huge shout out to, obviously, CD Projekt Red. You guys are amazing. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for sending this cool box of swag.
Yeah, seriously.
Also, they're working on an upcoming RPG, probably in a couple of years, called Cyberpunk 2077. So it's going to be a Cyberpunk RPG.
Okay.
So I was like, dude, when that comes out, hit me up. Maybe we'll do a video.
Sounds interesting. Awesome, dude.
Yes, very happy. I don't know where I'm going to put this.
Right there. Okay, so I'm going to start off a little bit different here. One of my buddies, Marcus, created a...
I have this.
You have this too?
I do.
Oh shoot! So he gave you. All right, this is awesome. So my buddy Marcus, he's a YouTuber and a fellow. He creates music and everything, and he did an album called M. Leota HR Nightmare. Now, this is Marcus on the cover, which is awesome. And it's funny, like, the story behind this, because, you know, he gave me a story about how the cover is. You know, there was a bar fight. He got in a bar fight.
See, I didn't know the story.
Yeah, the bar's on fire. Oh. He just got out of the bar. Some kids were acting up, so he rubbed honey in their eyes. And then the beautiful lady...
Really?
Yeah, and then the beautiful lady comes to pick him up to get him out of there. So it's pretty awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he gave this to me. This is my first vinyl.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, seriously. He hooked it up, man. I love the cover, dude, because that's just...
Yeah. It looks so 90s, doesn't it? Like that could be the cover of, like, say, you know, a Beastie Boys album or something like that.
Exactly. So, man, Marcus, thanks for hooking me up, man. I appreciate you, brother. So,
you need a turntable.
I do.
All right, next up for me. I'm on the hype train for Splatoon 2
Tell
on
me
the
about
Switch.
Tell me about this game.
So you don't have a Switch.
I do not. And
Well, this is one of those games where I think that if you didn't have the Wii U version and you're curious about this game, it's so much fun. I just got it yesterday, played it for, I don't know, 5 hours straight. And it's just such a fantastic third-person online shooting game. So much fun. What I love about it is that it's one of the rare examples of an online game where even if you're not great at the game, you can still have a lot of fun here. Because it's not super skill-based. It is a little bit, but there's value in just hanging back, and especially in Turf War, where you're just trying to cover as much of the playfield with your color as possible, to hanging back and just spraying down the entire environment, just holding.
That's cool. So it doesn't make it always so competitive where you have to go after the other people. You can just do something. That's good to know.
And even when you lose, you're still earning experience. So even if you're on a losing team, you'll still get some experience. And so you're still always progressing in the game.
Very good.
I was playing Kinsey and Kelsey last night, having a blast.
Really?
It was so much fun. Yes.
Very cool, man.
I'm very happy with it.
I'm still undecided about the Switch, but if I pick one up, this will definitely be the game.
You know what? This will, for you, like a year from now, if you pick up the Switch, it's gonna be one of those games that you'll just pick up day one. You know, where there'll be like a stack of 5 or 10 games that must own. This will be one of them.
Sweet, man.
Yeah.
Right. I'll just randomly grab a game here. Little Nightmares 6th edition.
Heard of this?
Very cool puzzle game. Well, a scary puzzle game. Anna and Kinsey did a video on it when they were playing it, and the game is very. It's like a children's horror type, but it's very like, whoa, dude, this is pretty eerie. So basically, if you play games like Limbo, it's kind of like that, but it's not like just on one plane. You can walk around and like in the background, stuff like that.
Okay. But
you're being pursued. You're trying to escape this ship, and these pursuers are after you. There's a janitor, there's the cooks, and then there's I think the final one is some lady. I don't remember who she was, but it gets pretty crazy. They're either trying to eat you or capture you, or it's just all kind of weird stuff going on in this game.
You are a sucker when it has a little figurine.
I am, but that's how they sold it in the beginning with. That's the way
this is like the normal version.
It's the normal version so far.
Well,
they might re-release it with just the game itself, but that's how it came, and it was pretty cheap too, actually.
Huh.
So yeah,
I've heard enough about this game where I do want to get a copy of it.
It's really. I think you'll really like it. And it's really weird. I don't know the story behind it. I know there's a prequel comic and everything, but this girl 6, she gets this hunger in the game, and hunger. It's when you hear how it sounds really like like she's hungry. Like it sounds.
So
eerie.
it's not like Taco Bell hunger.
No, it's like she has some kind of parasite in her or something.
Okay.
It's pretty eerie. So a lot of you guys will know what I'm talking about. But very cool game. I beat it. I think Anna and Kinsey beat it too, but it has some scary moments in it. But
okay,
yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, all right. Next up for me, you guys know that I recently did a massive haul of PC games.
Yep.
And in that video I mostly showed the big box versions, but there was hundreds of the DVD size ones, and I kept only a few, and this was one of those. So. This is Half-Life 2, and the reason why I kept these is because Half-Life 2, they did...
The Man in Black.
They did color variations, or a cover color.
Cover.
Yeah, cover variations of... Now, I think there might be one more, actually, that I'm missing. But I hadn't seen a physical version of Episode 1. So this is... Most people actually got this digital...
Really?
Yeah, digital download. Now, I don't know if this is rare or not. I have no idea. But this is the first I'd ever seen the actual DLC in physical form. And he also, of course, had in that collection Episode 2, as well as Portal, and then Team Fortress 2.
Very nice, man.
Yeah, so, I'm a big fan of Half-Life 2. Such a great game. And so just having these in my collection was just like a little bonus.
Yeah, definitely. You think they'll ever come out with Half-Life 3?
That's the question of the century, isn't it? I mean, I don't. To be honest, I'm always amazed every E3 when it comes and goes and nobody says anything. Because you would think that Valve would like money. You know what I mean? Like, do you like money? Then go ahead and make the game because it's a guarantee that it's going to do well.
I don't know if it could live up to the hype because it's been so long, but still, it would be nice to get Half-Life 3 out.
The only thing I can think of is that maybe what they're doing is waiting for the hardware and technology to make
be where they want it to be at.
Yeah, because Half-Life 2 definitely was a leap in technology.
It was pushing it, yeah.
And so they may be waiting for a big enough leap to do something, really special.
And that's understandable. I get that. So cool. Next game here, Sonic Wings for the PS1. This is the PAL English version, and a lot of you play Sonic Wings is one of the basic. It's Aero Fighters pretty much.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this is the last Aero Fighters game, which in America is called Sonic Wings.
Okay.
It's special edition. What's really cool about this shoot 'em up game is that every level after the first level is always random. So you never know what the next level is going to be. That's why they call it special. So you're kind of getting a different experience every time you play the game. You know, now, unfortunately, some of your favorite levels you might not play through them in the playthrough, but still, it's just like a pretty much going into shuffle mode, pretty much. So it's pretty cool, actually.
That's
so
interesting.
Sonic Wings PAL version.
All right. Next up for me is a indie box.
Nice,
dude. Indie box, I think, is knocking it out of the park.
They're killing it.
They're killing it. I mean, oh my god! Like I kind of feel like. I don't want to hype it too much because I don't want people thinking that like I'm paid for it or something like that. But these guys are legit. Like every month they're putting out amazing.
They
releases.
know how to make these packages special.
They really do. And so this is Hollow Knight. This is a 2D platformer. It looks a little bit like Tim Burton style, like hand drawn, kind of gloomy, kind of dark and a little bit disturbing, but. This game is known for its fighting mechanic. It's known for platforming and also its fighting mechanic. Like it's very nuanced. This version of it comes with the soundtrack, of course, comes with stickers. It also comes with a little plushie in here.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, just like little stuff like this, which is so cool.
A lot.
I know.
Because, a lot of games you get today, and I've talked to you about this before, it's bare bones. It's the disc and maybe a cover. Not even a manual. And it's like,
I know. And speaking of also, too, this game, it's a little bit easy to get lost. And so they include a map.
Oh, that was nice one. There we go.
I gotta admit that I'm kind of wondering how they make money these indie boxes because they put so much stuff in there. It's kind of amazing. So
yeah, seriously.
I don't know, but yeah, every month when one comes in, I'm always kind of like rushing to the mailbox. So
I heard that, man.
Yep. So
here we go. Something kind of unique here. Let me grab it. Our buddy Jared, Mr. Wizard.
Oh, dude.
Decided to put this together for me. Aleste 2 and Mega Man for the Sega Master System.
Huh.
Now these are ports of the Game Gear versions, which is cool. But now you can play them on your TV pretty much.
So this is a card in here.
There's a card in there, and actually
he's making like
added some color to it and everything. Because you know how they have the basic cards that have that white and that it's all weird. But he made these, and they're outstanding. And playing Mega Man for the Game Gear on the TV was just really nice and everything. So this is really cool.
Dude, he does really good work.
Yeah, and my buddy Eric Bishop is the one that kind of put this cover together.
Okay,
so, he did both of those covers.
Yeah,
actually.
I see that. That's cool.
So, awesome, man. So Jared, thanks again.
Wow.
He put his mind to his work.
You get the best stuff.
What do you got next, buddy?
All right, so going back to Switch. I'm full on into the Switch, buddy.
All right.
I'm in there. So you'll dig this. So this is Cave Story Plus for the Switch. This game has been out on a lot of different versions. I have it on the 3DS. Fantastic 2D platformer again. 8-bit, 16-bit graphics, whatever. What's cool? You notice it's bulging here a little bit.
Oh,
that's because
it came with some.
Yeah, it has like a little keychain. There you go. It has like a little mini soundtrack in here. I think that's what this is.
Yeah, it probably is. Maybe like 3 songs in there.
Full manual.
Manual, that's what I'm talking about. Put a manual in there.
A manual, and also, it looks like the cover's reversible. This is a really fun game. Really fun game. People always describe it as Metroidvania, and what that really means is that as you're going along, you explore. You get into a roadblock that you need either some sort of upgrade or maybe like a different weapon, things like that, maybe a higher jump or whatever. Really well-paced game. It is difficult, but it's never unfair.
Okay.
Yeah, and what's really interesting about this version is that I struggled playing this game on the 3DS. I didn't get very far. I got way further in the Switch version for some reason. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's because I'm playing on a big TV or what. But
are they essentially the same versions? Or
I'm not. Again, I didn't get very far in the 3DS version, so I can't speak to that.
Right.
It feels like it's the same. It looks the same to me, but
Gotcha. It looks interesting, man. I mean,
yeah, it's a fun game.
Maybe I'm leaning more towards the Switch now. We'll see how. We'll see what else they come out with. All right. So next game here, a favorite. Guilty Gear Revelator 2. Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator Part 2. Version 2.
Names.
Yeah, this is pretty much Revelator 1, but they added some extra stuff to it. Like all the DLC is on the disc.
You messaged me about this. That's right.
It's all on the disc, and they added an extra story mode. So this is the version to get if you're going to get the Guilty Gear Xrd game. I love these games.
Yeah,
this is probably Guilty Gear is it's definitely one of my top 3 favorite fighting games of all time. I mean, it's just soundtrack is insane. The gameplay is insane.
Always awesome.
You know, it just comes with a full package. You know what I mean? Like that's how all fighting games should. Like Street Fighter 5, man. That was I don't know if you ever played that or bought it, but that came bare bones. And I was like, I'm not having that. So, Guilty Gear. If you guys are fighting fans, pick this game up.
Okay. I finally got a copy. People have been bugging me to death to get the, basically it's the King Quest Complete Collection. So this is a reboot of a beloved Sierra franchise. Yeah. So, you know, Sierra back in the 90s made a bunch of 8 King's Quest games, and then they just died off and never made them. And so this is, it has Sierra logo on here, but nobody that I know of that worked back in the day worked on this. It doesn't matter. This is a complete reboot. It's beautiful. It has kind of cel-shaded graphics. It's funny. The animation's amazing. The old games, for the most part, were kind of 2D, well, mostly 2D kind of simple adventure games, where this is full 3D explored environment. And originally it came out in episodes. Right, and all of them are included on there. All of them are included on here, so that's why I waited.
Tell me this, it had a good reason to wait, too. Did you get the same feeling as playing this game as the older games as you did when you played the older games?
Yeah, that's so hard to say because, you know, the old games are so old.
Right.
And they have that old style to them where, you know, they're mostly like hunt and peck with your mouse.
Right.
This game, I would say, is a little bit more, it's definitely designed more towards modern audiences. It doesn't feel retro in any way.
Okay.
And so I think that can be a good or bad thing. I think that's a smart move for them because, you know, that way you don't alienate a bunch of people who might be trying to get into it for the first time. Like, you could pick this up and play it, and you'd have a blast.
I love seeing that Sierra.
I know, the Sierra logo, man. I know.
Sierra's back in town, man, so...
Yep. So I've been very happy to play. I've only got through the first episode, but from what I played so far, it's beautiful. It's really fun.
I might pick it up.
Yeah, you should. I mean, it's not very expensive.
Okay, cool. Next game here. I don't know if I showed this off in the last video, but I don't think I did.
I don't think so.
But Too Dark, limited edition for the PS4. Now, for those of you who don't know about what Too Dark is, it's from the creators of the Alone in the Dark series.
Oh, really?
And basically, it's like a top-down game. It kind of like in the way of, if you look at a Zelda game, like the old school Zelda games, like top-down attack and everything. Survival horror. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, this is if you're a parent, this is not for the faint of heart, because from the get-go, you know, this game is about kidnapped children and stuff like that, and it pulls no punches. You know, you're a detective, and you're trying to find children. Well, in the intro, it even tells you this: your kids are kidnapped, and you become a detective, and you're trying to like rescue kids when they go up missing and stuff like that. So, very cool game, very eerie, survival horror. You have a gun, but most of the time you don't want to pursue your enemies. You want to kind of go in at stealth in a way. You could attack some people, but you're trying to rescue the children and rescue them from, like, I would say, like, kidnappers, pedophiles, stuff like that. So, very cool game. Very awesome. Nobody knows it got physical release. I know people are going to look at Amazon as soon as I talk about this. It's on Amazon. It's a $30 game. So if you're a Prime member, you get it for 2, like that shipped. So 2 days shipped. So
wow, okay,
very awesome.
All right, next up for me is old school Sierra.
Old school. Oh, whoa!
A game I've been looking for a long time. It's called Battle Bugs. Not a fan of the bugs?
Well, on food, man, it's like, ugh.
Well, look how silly that looks. So this is old.
Oh my god, dude.
So when I worked at Sierra, this was one of those really weird games that even people who worked at Sierra didn't know anything about. It's very weird and obscure. It actually wasn't developed by us. It was developed by Epix, which made a bunch of games on the Commodore 64 and stuff like that. So we published it, but it's a surprisingly really fun tactical game where you play as bugs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I have been looking for a fairly clean, complete copy of this forever. It's just one of those games that, from back then where I just wanted to get a copy of it. So, I don't know if anybody else cares about it, but I thought it was pretty cool. I was very happy.
I would say it's cool, but the cover... All right, next game here. Reaching down. I got a limited run release, and this is a game that I was not going to buy unless it got a physical release, and they made it happen. That's Broken Age.
You got it both.
I got them both. I got both versions because in case I want to play on the go.
Yeah.
A Broken Age, not that I played much of it, but it's more of a one of those click adventure type games, which is really story driven. So,
well, Double Fine is Tim Schafer, and so he made Full Throttle, which is an amazing game. Psychonauts, I believe, is all. He's
Psychonauts, and that's why the art looks so familiar. Then.
Yeah, it is. And if I remember right, I played a little bit of this as well as you play two different characters, and it kind of it swaps back and forth, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, very cool game. I knew it had a familiar feeling to it. I just didn't know what it was. So now you kind of put it together. Yeah. So, very fun game from what I played of it. And I plan on beating it pretty soon.
Cool. Next up for me, I picked up some Amiibos. Because I'm all in on the Switch.
Amiibos, man. They're still in style.
Not that I'll be able to use these, but I am a huge fan of Bayonetta. And so the moment that they announced a Bayonetta, there's actually two figures. One of them is exclusive to Best Buy. It's not this one. This is the GameStop one. This is the new Bayonetta. This is how she looks in Bayonetta 2. But there's another one I plan on getting. It's the old Bayonetta.
How she looked in the first game.
Exactly. But just had to get it because I think she's such a great character. And then there's also a couple Clouds from Final Fantasy VII, and so I picked him up as well. I have no idea where these are used. Probably Smash Brothers.
I'm pretty sure it says Smash. Yeah, Smash Brothers.
Oh, it's Smash Brothers. Okay,
yeah, definitely.
For me, I just like the characters and I like the way that they look, and I really only collect the ones that I actually do like as characters.
Yeah, and that's the way to do it. If you start collecting all of them, then next thing you know, like. You won't even be able to walk around in here.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm definitely not that kind of collector. And so I do watch out to see, this one's coming out in a couple months, and I try to get it. So
there you go.
Bayonetta and Cloud.
All right. Let's see what I got
here. You're not impressed, are you? Do you have any Amiibos?
No, I don't. And I don't know. I just never jumped on the Amiibo hype train. I couldn't do it. I didn't get it.
Some that I think are so cool just as characters.
They are, but I just remember people standing out early in the mornings.
It's ridiculous.
Just like, are you serious? I just didn't get it. But,
yeah.
All right, so next game here. Oh my God, so this will be the second game I put up. Dreamfall Chapters is the third game in the Longest Journey series, and I think it's going to be the final game. So basically, the first game was the Longest Journey, which came out on the PC. Second game was Dreamfall, the Longest Journey, which came out for the Xbox and the PC. The game didn't really sell well, so this game was up in limbo, but it was kickstarted, and they finally it was actually released as episodes, but finally they put them all in one disc, and I picked it up. This game is so heartwarming, and it's great to see a series come to an end finally after years. It's an amazing feeling, and you really feel like you're a part of the characters, and you went through it with them. It's amazing, man.
Yeah, I played and beat the first Longest Journey, and I thought it was absolutely epic and amazing, and I have a copy of it right over there. But then for whatever reason, I didn't play the other ones. I don't know why.
It's because after when certain you could be playing something else at the time, or whatever, or it's just time goes by and you kind of forget. You know what I mean? So luckily I stayed on this, and it was an amazing time, man. It was really sad to see the game ending because I felt it. The feels came in, man. Almost the tears.
I'm gonna give you a hug here in a second.
I know the tears came down, bro, and I was like, man, I can't believe it ended. So I went through and played it multiple times, but amazing game. I tried to get an answer if they're going to release it in America, and I never did. It's available as DLC, but you guys know how I feel about not DLC, but digital content.
Yeah.
I went ahead and got it off Amazon. It came from the UK, physical version. Happy with that. And
Deep Silver. Oh, yeah. And they have distribution here, so they just didn't do it for some reason.
I know. I was disappointed. But it's still, like I said, if you branch out, people make a physical copy. So, Dreamfall Chapters.
All right, next up for me. Also from that PC lot, I got a physical version of Fallout Tactics. So, for one, I have never seen a physical version of this.
Really?
Not in the big box like this. This game is... It came out after Fallout 2, but it's a really kind of weird game where basically they took the combat engine of the Fallout series. This is back whenever they're on PC and top-down view, and then they tweaked it to where it's more complex. Also, they added multiplayer for the first time. And in general, what you saw with these is actually just the DVD. Like when you go to the store and you buy it, you'd only see the DVD version. Yeah. And so for me to see a full version of it, I was like, I didn't even know that they did this. So
that's pretty cool, man.
Pretty excited because I love the Fallout series, and I'm kind of completing that collection.
Yeah.
So I was very happy. So I haven't played it yet. I played a little bit back in the day, but
yeah, but it looks really cool. It looks interesting. I'm not really into the tactical games like that yet, but they kind of piqued my interest a little bit, you know. So
I had a buddy of mine play this though back in the day, and he swore by it, loved it.
Really?
Yeah. So it's supposed to be a pretty good game.
Sweet, man. Next game here, franchise you know as well.
Yeah.
Siberia 3. Beat the first 2 games. Siberia it stars Kate Walker.
Yep.
She, I'll let you guys figure out. Well, I guess I could kind of tell the story. She goes and tries to make a deal happen, and that's where the game starts. But what's crazy about it is the sequel has come out maybe about 13 years later. This game is 13 years.
Yeah, it's been out a while.
I mean, the second. Well, I'm getting mixed up. Like the second game came out in 2004, so we finally get this game in 2017. So that's years later.
But it's brand new.
But it's brand new, yeah. And the story takes place right after the second game, and it's crazy how it starts because she was in a messed up situation at the end of the second game, but we didn't know that, and she's pretty much on the verge of death. Her name is Kate Walker, and when there's a part in the game, early part in the game, where she kind of talks about what's happened in her life from the first 2 games, it's really sad. She talks about how, her fiance, which you'll know she has a fiance in the first game. Her fiance left her for her best friend. It's really a sad moment when she talks about it and everything, and that's why she hasn't some reason why she hasn't gone back home, because it's just a really good point and click game.
Yeah.
A lot of people
story driven.
Very story driven. A lot of people might not like it, but I like the game. I think it's pretty cool. It's not the best. There could have been some improvements to it from the other games.
I like these games because they're so unique. They're so different.
They are. And they're really puzzle oriented.
Yes.
Like, you got to figure, it's weird. Like, you guys will see what I'm talking about, but just a cool game. And, hopefully,
Now, did this one come out here? That's a TV.
No, it came out here.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw it at Target too. So, yeah, it's here definitely. But definitely, if you want something a little bit more simple or not so, action oriented, pick up Siberia. It's a great adventure.
That's cool. Let's see here. PlayStation 4, Crash Bandicoot.
Warped! No, I like saying that one.
I was like, kind of freaked me out. I'm like, what? So the Insane Trilogy. So this is a HD remake. Yes. Reboot. Yes. Basically, they completely remade the first 3 games for the PlayStation 4. And not just the PlayStation 4, but actually it supports the Pro. Mm-hmm. So these games look amazing now. They've completely redone them. Yet, when you play them, it's not like they're so unfamiliar that they changed a bunch of stuff. Like, the levels still feel the same. Mm-hmm. The jump... A lot of people have been talking about the jumping mechanic. They did change it a little bit.
Probably made it better, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
But it is a little bit different. If you grew up playing this and you played it 100 times, there's a little bit of an adjustment. It was for me as well. It just feels like your character drops a little bit quicker or something that you're not quite used to. Doesn't change anything about it. I've played a bunch of the first game, a bunch of Warped, because I love that game. Mm-hmm. Warped is so fun because there's a little of everything. Like, there's platforming. There's one level where you're on top of the Great Wall of China, and you're riding.
Right. And you're riding the tiger or lion or whatever.
Yeah. There is an underwater level, which is kind of like Donkey Kong Country.
Yep.
There is also a jet ski level. I mean, it's just, these games are amazing. So this is I couldn't buy this fast enough.
I used to love playing Crash Bandicoot Warped and just listening to the title screen.
Oh yeah.
Say Warped to get you all pumped up. But yeah,
they did a great job.
All right, so next game here. Recently got Ghostblade HD.
I played this.
Very cool shoot 'em up from East Asia Soft.
Dude, East Asia Soft, no joke. They're legit. They're
killing it. What they do with their games is when they release games in limited quantities, like maybe 2,000 to 3,000, and what they do is you sign up and they'll send you a live what do you call it, like a live link, so you can sign on it and buy the game when it goes live, which is awesome. So you don't really have to stress about whether you have money in your account that week, whatever,
really?
to pay for it. Yeah, usually the games last for at least about a week and a half before they sell out.
Yeah,
so
it seems like it. It's not like a limited run where they're selling out like within minutes.
No, these games last a while, which is nice, because a lot of people go crazy. Oh my God, it's going to sell out.
Yeah, well, this one here, there's a lot of hype for it.
Definitely, and it's a really fun shoot 'em up. Yeah. It's tough. I mean,
very hard.
But it's not that long. It's 5 levels. It's a lot of fun. It is. And you could definitely get used to it really fast. Just it's an awesome shoot 'em up.
And it comes with a soundtrack.
Comes with soundtrack. comes with a instruction manual and a reversible cover.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Both cover. It's funny because I didn't know which cover to choose. I'm like, do I want the cute girls or do I want the
I know, right? So, yeah, man, awesome game. Check it out.
Yeah. Next up for me, another PS4 game, Victor Varand. Have you heard of this?
No, but it looks cool.
So this was originally on PC, I believe, but they ported over to PlayStation 4. Mm-hmm. It is a top-down Diablo style game, kind of like those, going around just. I wouldn't call it a beat 'em up, but basically, where you're going around, use magic, use swords, you're swarms of bad guys. What's really cool about this game, though, and the reason why I bought it, is because there's an entire world in this dedicated to Motorhead and Lemmy, the heavy metal band.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they were able to license music, likeness of Lemmy, the artwork, all of that. And so if you're a fan of heavy metal and Motorhead, this is a must-own. It's so cool.
You see that, man? It feels meaty in here, like
it's
instruction manual.
A nice thick one.
So we're off to a good start here.
Yeah.
Huh? See?
And this is only available online. It's not available in GameStops for some reason.
Yeah, I noticed some games are like that. So a lot of those games will probably be sought after in the future because they were only sold online. So it's a good thing for you guys to remember.
Absolutely. Yeah, super fun game, really well designed. Again, if you like Diablo, just pick this up.
Very cool, bro. Next game here, Stormwind for the Dreamcast.
Oh, you got a copy of this.
Another shoot 'em up, man.
Yes.
This game is high production value.
I know.
This is awesome.
I've heard.
Yeah, this is not like a homebrew game. This is serious business. This is is serious development in this game. This game should be in an arcade.
Where did you get this?
This was sent to me by a company. Oh my god! The name just slipped my mind. I'm so sorry.
So the publisher of it sent it to you?
No, another company in North Carolina sent it to me, and their name just slipped my head. I'm so sorry. We'll put it in the comments now.
Yeah.
I mean, not in the comments, but in the video. But they sent it to me, and they asked me like if I would like to do a review on it, and I said sure. So I played the game, and I actually really loved it, and I couldn't wait to do that review.
I've heard.
So awesome game. It's oh my gosh. Sternwind is where it's at. Just remember that. So,
woo! Lots of hype around that. Yeah, when you said you got it, I was like, "Damn, all right."
It was not. That's my first Dreamcast game in like a year.
Oh, I know. I mean, how often do Dreamcast games come out now?
Yeah, I know, right?
Never, right? So, about a month ago, I got the big PC lot, but I also got a bunch of Commodore 64 games from a guy named Andy. And there was just random stuff in there. When you look at the Commodore, there's crazy stuff on the Commodore. Stuff that was only released in Europe, stuff that was only made in people's bedrooms, and maybe they sold it like a little baggie. And one of those games was an unlicensed Beatles game. And so this is called Beatles Quest. I think it's unlicensed, I'm not sure. What's crazy about this game is that this game is currently selling for about $700 on eBay.
You gonna cash out?
No. No, because I didn't pay anywhere near that. And Andy was very cool about it because he didn't know the value of it either. He didn't really care. He actually had multiple copies of it. But it just goes to show that Beatles collectors are nuts. They're absolutely nuts.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, and the only reason why I was looking for that is because I didn't know any information about it. And I was like, wow, Beatles game. That's
is it sealed?
It might be.
Wow, dude.
I haven't played it yet.
I have to look at some gameplay for it. See how it looks. This is cool, dude.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I am actually a real big Beatles fan.
The art on it looks like such an acid trip.
Oh, I know. From the 60s.
Yeah,
trippy, like Sgt. Pepper stuff. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. This is freaking cool, man.
Yeah, so I just want to kind of show that on the Commodore there are... and this wasn't the only one. There was also there was a Paul McCartney game in there. There was also like this weird Vegas hooker game that was also worth like $300 or something like that online. So definitely when you get out to the fringes of the Commodore, you get some weird stuff like this. But I thought you guys might find it interesting.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
All right, so a lot of people don't even know this game existed. I didn't know existed. So one of the first PlayStation games released was Battle Arena Toshinden.
Oh, right.
So we got 3 of them in America, but Japan got, in PAL territories, got the 4th game. Battle Arena Toshinden 4, which is pretty awesome and very story-oriented for a fighting game. I have no idea why this didn't come out in America. Maybe because the third game didn't sell well. But man, this game is awesome, man. I had a great time with it. Very cool fighting game. Has all that cool stuff. Ring outs. It's the most polished out of all of the games. So I'm surprised it didn't make it over here.
It makes sense though, because I mean, if it's a fourth on that system, then, you know, they're just going to know how to program for it better and better.
Right, exactly. So very cool. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Okay. Now, to play that PAL game, though,
you have to have an import system, or like the original PAL PS1 or PS2.
Okay.
Or a test system PS2, which plays all that stuff.
Okay.
Or a test system PS3, if you can find one of those, and yeah, or a modded PS1.
Well, speaking of import PS1 games,
there we go.
Oh my god, dude. I don't know if you experience this, because he lives really close to a retro gaming store called Super Smash, and I live really close to Kelsey's Pink Gorilla.
Yep.
And every once in a while you go in there, and there'll be like a stack on the counter of somebody traded in.
Just traded, all the time, dude.
Dude, so I went in there about a week or so ago, and someone had traded in pretty much every single one of their entire PlayStation 1 Japanese import collection, including the PlayStation 1 import, the Japanese one, right?
Dude, I think I remember this a lot, because she showed it to me too.
Yeah, I know. And so I go in there. I wasn't planning on buying anything, 'cause, you know, you're just hanging out. These are the lies I tell myself. And of course, there's all these Japanese PS1 games there, and she's like, "Hey, so you know what's happening." So so she sold me the PlayStation 1, so I can now play Japanese imports.
Yes.
And I picked up a few of the games. I haven't had a chance to play them yet. This one looks really interesting. So this is a Reso.
It's I forgot. I have the American game. I forget what it's called, but it's a flying game where it's kind of like a flying racer where you fly one of those planes through the city or through wherever. It's like a racetrack game, so it's pretty cool.
And I actually do like these type of games. By the way, the reason why you would sometimes pick these up is because these are way cheaper often than the
American version.
The American versions.
Yeah.
Including Omega Boost.
Omega Boost is totally a hidden gem.
I know.
It has full motion video in it too, like actors and everything. So, whoo!
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, so again, super cheap. Jumping Flash 2. I don't know anything about
a first-person platform game.
Which, the reason why I picked this up is because you keep hearing about this game. Now, was this ever made in North America?
Yeah, it came out in North America.
Okay.
The second game. The third game did not.
And then Darius, G Darius right here. So just random games that were sitting on her counter. I was like, oh, sure, I'll pick that up. I don't have it,
Oh, yeah, you really like this game. This is awesome, dude.
Yeah. So, did I need a Japanese PS1? No. But do I have one, and am I going to...
You just opened up opened up everything, though. You opened up Pandora's box, because she actually got Adventures of Little Ralph there. I was wondering if you picked that up.
Really?
Yeah, she got it there.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I'll have to go back.
So. Very cool, man.
Yeah,
I'm happy for you.
I'm pretty happy.
All right. So my buddy Marcus hooked me up with this game called Rez, and I played a little bit of it, and I was actually pretty impressed with it, man.
Yeah.
I did not think I would pick this game up at all, because if you look at the cover, you're like, okay.
Yeah, I know. That cover's weird, isn't it?
I mean, if it was going for the Vectrex, maybe I'd be like, okay, I'll pick this up. But this game is awesome, and it's really cool because it's like you shoot these enemies, and in the order you shoot them in, it makes a sound effect. It's like a music game in a way.
It is.
Very unique. I mean, I'm just playing the first couple of levels, so I can't really tell you guys too much about it, but I'm actually impressed and I'm intrigued by it. So it's really one of those games I'm going to play.
If I remember right, the Rez came out on the PlayStation 2 originally. There was a version of Rez on the PS2.
I think so, if I remember correctly.
I've never owned it, though, but I know, actually, my buddy Drunk.
And there might be a Dreamcast one as well, too.
Oh, I might be thinking. Yeah, you're probably right.
Okay, something like that. But yeah. Cool game, Rez. I think they're still selling it, and it's VR compatible. So if you want to put the VR goggles on,
dude, I'd puke.
I would too, man. I'm like, whoa, dude, what's going on?
Yeah.
All right.
So I had a company called Retro Fighters send me some stuff, which I wanted to check out, and actually, this is pretty cool. So I do have an NES Mini, and one of the complaints about it is that short. Controller.
Bad design. Like,
it's so short. So one of the things that they did is they basically created some adapters for that, and this allows you to actually use your real NES controllers.
Did you notice any lag or anything?
No, it works perfect.
Great.
Yeah, absolutely, and also too, you can use the NES Advantage as well.
Cool.
So for me, I love playing Excite Bike and things like that. I can use the actual arcade stick, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
This is a controller that's designed to. You can either use this with this on the NES Mini, or it works as a PC controller as well.
Oh man!
Yeah,
right.
and again, actually, I filmed a bunch of footage. We were shooting for another video using this, and I liked it quite a bit. So yeah, it's been really cool to play with them.
Very cool, man. Now I'm interested in them.
Yeah, they do good stuff.
Okay, so this is a game I've been wanting to show on here for a while.
I played and beat this.
Oh yeah, you finally played and beat it.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Lost in Rain, physical copy. Now this is the English version that came out on Play Asia, which is highly sought after now.
Oh, yeah. See, I got the digital only version. I think it was included with PlayStation Plus 1 month.
Yeah, it probably was. But the physical version of the game actually comes with extras, like it comes with like this DLC, well, not DLC, but the girl, like extras, like the girl singing, the girl who sung for the game.
Oh, okay.
Some other gallery stuff that I can't think of right now for some reason. I'm sorry. But awesome game, man. It's really like kind of
very unique.
Yeah, it's like it has this really. I don't know if I'm using the right word, but like a somber feel to it. Like, the rain, we live in Seattle, rains.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the game's called Lost in Rain, and it's, and rain is such a big part of this because you're essentially invisible from a lot of the game.
Yeah. Like if you take shelter from the rain, you're invisible. But once you're in the rain, you can actually see the character, which is cool.
And it's beautiful.
And the thing with the game is it's beautiful and everything, but you're being stalked by a monster called Unknown, and Unknown is, man, he's pretty brutal. So very cool game. It actually came out in America, like we talked about, but it's actually called Rain here in America.
Okay.
So
I thought
the original name is Lost in Rain, but over here for some reason they just called it Rain. So I don't know if there was some copyright issue or anything like that.
It's
Weird.
so cool you got a physical version of that game, because talk about a hidden gem.
I got lucky. Like when I went in Smash, somebody just traded it in.
Really?
Was about to trade it in. They said, "Hey, Reggie, you see anything you're interested in?" I said, "Hey, that right there," and he hooked me up, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Oh, dude. Okay, that's
very stoked.
Next up for me, another game from that big box PC I want to cover here. Another really weird, obscure Sierra game here. This is a fighting game. It's a 3D fighting game for the PC. It only came out on the PC because we made it at Sierra. It's part of our kick-ass action line. It's horrible.
Is it horrible?
Horrible.
Horrible fun?
No.
Oh, man.
We didn't know what we're doing.
Dude.
It's very early 3D graphics. It just, it is what it is. But the reason why I want it is because, again, it's part of that era. It's
history.
It's history. It's one of those weird Sierra releases that most people don't remember or talk about. And so to find, again, a complete big box version of it, I was pretty excited.
So do you possibly want to do a Let's Play of it?
We should. We should, just so we can laugh.
Okay. Yeah, but this is on the list for that.
Yeah, we should.
Next two games here as another East Asia Soft. They hooked it up again. They sent me these, and this one is called Alchemist Joust, which I'm still getting used to it. You played it before.
I did. You want to say it's tower defense, but it's not. It's like, well, I don't know. It's
maybe tower defense mixed with strategy.
Yeah,
very tough to kind of like put that one out there, but it's really cool. The music is actually really good in it.
Yeah.
So I was like, and it comes with a soundtrack and all that good stuff. Manual, which is awesome, and reversible cover. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that kind of production value. And this one right here, Semi Spears, I think I pronounced that right.
I haven't played that.
This one is actually really cool. You use both of the analog sticks for your controller, and you control these two spheres, and that you're kind of like going to the goal, but you're trying to like hide them from, because they're being stalked by these other monsters or whatever.
It's like a puzzle game.
Yeah, it's weird, but it's hard to explain it. But it's really another cool game, and it comes with soundtrack too. And it's just, I end up wanting just to test it out, and I end up playing it for like 2 hours. So it's one of those games that kind of pulls you in.
It was pretty addictive. So
I mean, that's another, and those are another East Asia soft.
I know, man. They're doing it right.
Yeah.
Next up for me, PlayStation 4 Wipeout Omega Collection. So this I was also very excited for.
You kept telling me about this game.
Yeah, so these are remastered versions of Wipeout HD, Wipeout Fury, and Wipeout 2048. So there's 3 full games packed on here, and they look stunning on the PlayStation 4.
Really?
And they're optimized for the PlayStation 4 Pro. So it's 60 frames a second. It's at 4K. It looks absolutely amazing. It's cool to go back and play the PSP versions. I think it's a PSP or the Vita version. I forget which one. Maybe it's both. But to go back and play those tracks I'm kind of familiar with, but on my big screen.
Yeah.
And it looked just amazing. And yeah, I was really happy with this.
Very cool, man. Is it expensive?
I don't remember. I think it's 20, $30.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Definitely
very
worth
reasonable.
it. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
absolutely.
All right, so one of the games I've been wanting to talk about for a while. I actually did a review on my channel with this game, but I called it Curse Casadilla. I just couldn't get the name out of my... Like, I kept thinking about food at the time, so... The game is called Curse Castilia EX. Now, this is basically a Ghosts and Goblins type game.
Yeah, yeah. I watched you play this.
Yeah, this game is awesome. I mean, if you're a fan of Ghosts and Goblins and those type of games, I actually feel this game is more polished than those. I think it's a lot better.
You finished this, right?
I finished it. I got both of the bad endings, unfortunately. Yeah. If you use too many credits, you get a bad ending. If you don't get all the jewels, you get another bad. You get that bad ending.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So.
Wow, I'm surprised because you were doing pretty well. I was actually impressed. You were doing way better than I was.
But I just continued one too many times, and that's what cost me in the ending. But very awesome game. This is another East Asia Soft release.
I know, it's amazing.
And man, this is one of their biggest ones. They sold out quickly with this one. Very cool game, soundtrack and all that good stuff. Manual, which is excellent. If you see this one, if you can find this one like for cheap, pick it up. I mean, it's a must-have.
All right, another PS4 game for me. I kind of went back and picked this one up. This came out about a year or so ago. This is Titanfall 2. Mm-hmm. So Titanfall 2 is the sequel, obviously, to a game that originally, I believe, only came out on the Xbox One and the PC. It was a multiplayer-only game. And it deals with you being a first-person shooter, but then you hop into a mech, and then the game kind of expands a little bit. You get taller. You know what I mean? You're like in this big towering mech at that point. But the big criticism of the original game was, if you're not into multiplayer, then what's the point? This has a fantastic single-player game.
Good.
This was awesome. I played this game, beat it, and immediately turned around and started playing it again. It's so killer. It's so much fun. Like, there's so much variety in this game. And there's so much humor. It's killer.
It's very important for, I think, all games that have some kind of single player, because if multiplayer goes offline, then the game pretty much becomes a coffin. You know what I mean? Like, it's unplayable.
And the other thing too, this is a great example of someone taking a good idea, which is mechs and that sort of stuff, and then just wrapping a really fun story around it. Like, because basically your mech has an AI, and he's hilarious, and you get to talk to him. It actually gives you dialogue options as well. Yeah. Dude, so while you're playing, you're having dialogue with the AI in your mech. It's awesome. I was just really blown away by this.
Okay, I'm interested now. I need to check it out.
Highly recommended. And again, because it's a little bit older, I don't think it sold very well. You can probably get this fairly cheap.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. How many more you got down there?
I have one more game and 2 systems.
Okay. Well, you're gonna end it off for us. So I'm gonna show. Well, get this open here.
That's right. This was a handoff from me. From Kelsey to me to you.
Kelsey got a trader in the store, and she asked if I was interested in some games, and I told her this one, Psychic Force Part 2, which is a game I've always wanted to play. I had the first game on the PS1.
Sounds familiar.
So,
okay.
Yeah, she hooked me up with this and everything, and we're gonna do a trade for it. But
I wonder if this was the same lot that came in.
It probably was, dude. I'm pretty sure it was, but. I love fighting games and stuff like that, and this is definitely one of the ones that I would have loved for it to come to America, because it's unique. You know what I mean? You fly in the air and do battle, which is pretty cool. So, thank you, Kelsey. I appreciate you. Good looking out. Always looking out for us.
Oh, I know.
So.
Well, yeah, she knows that we'll fly in there and buy the stuff. So.
Yeah.
She's like our dealer.
There you go.
Next up for me is, again, another PlayStation 4 game, kind of going back a little bit and picking up some games I missed, and that is Batman Arkham Knight. So I have been loving this game. Oh my god, like, it is
a true awesome Batman story.
You know what, Rocksteady, which is the developer of this, they're amazing programmers. And from a technical aspect, looking at this game, when you are Batman and you're perched on some side of a building or whatever, and you're looking over Gotham, it is so dense, so beautiful. The rain's coming down. It's just It's technically a very impressive game.
Yeah, and it's like its own breathing world, which is awesome.
Yeah, it really is.
There's stuff going on all the time. People are talking. Your enemies taunt you over the microphone or whatever, so you hear them in the city. It's awesome, dude. I actually beat the game, but I didn't beat it. I kind of went and did more of the quest before I was going to go beat it. So I still need to beat it. But
there's a ton of content in it.
So much content in the game, especially the Riddler challenges, which I can't stand the Riddler. But
yeah. Such an impressive game. I mean, and what I like about it too is that there's a little of everything. There's the detective part, there's the beat 'em up action part, there's driving, there's tanks. It just on and on and on. There's story, the dialogue, the voice acting is amazing. I mean, this is a AAA quality game. I was really impressed.
Rocksteady. I think I remember one of their first titles. At least one of the ones I came across was Urban Chaos. Was one of their first games.
Really?
It's a first person shooter when you play as a riot cop.
Yeah,
which is an awesome game. I said this company is great. That is the game that got me into first person shooters.
Oh, interesting.
Urban Chaos Riot Response.
Huh.
Awesome game, but yeah, it's all about Batman right now. And that one is.
And this is the end of their kind of trilogy or their group of games, right?
I know, yeah, it is, because if they didn't, then the company would have said, "Hey, you got to make another one for us." So they knew when to end it, before it got too monotonous. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
So
highly recommended.
All right, so my last item, which is somewhat my holy grail here, which I think is pretty awesome. I got a PSP in box, which is like, yeah, dude. So PSP in box, Assassin's Creed Bloodlines edition. Not really an Assassin's Creed type guy, but
I like the Assassin's Creed games, and this is interesting.
I need to try them. I haven't given them a chance. You know,
there's so many of them.
Yeah, they come out every year.
They made too many of them.
Too many.
Yeah,
they're milking it. But but I was just happy, to get a PSP like that in box. That's just really cool to me. The PSP is one of my favorite portable systems.
Absolutely.
And it's just. It just brought a lot of joy to me over the years. So, yeah, dude.
That's a cool color. It's a little bit different, too. It's like a sparkly white almost. Probably hard to pick up that on camera, but it's pretty cool in person.
Definitely. So, yeah, I picked that up and very happy with it. Not often that I go out and find PSP items. So that was like, look, whoa.
Yeah.
Finally. That's really cool.
All right, dude. And then 2 more items for me.
Take us home.
I have a hint.
You have a hint?
I have a hint.
Metrics. Oh, shoot, dude.
Yes.
Okay.
So, a guy on Patreon, who has been a Patreon contributor for a while, asked me if I wanted one of his 3 Vectrexes that he had.
Nice.
Dude, so I did not have a Vectrex.
We've been trying to tell Jason to get one, and
look at it, came with this really cool cover.
Yeah, dude.
I know, it's like
very cool, man.
Very happy to have a Vectrex in my collection. This is such a cool system.
It is. They still make games for it today. I mean, people are still putting out games for it. So it's
funny you mentioned that, because he also included in there a homebrew.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, this I played this a little bit. It's kind of like, it's not the most complex game, but it reminds me of Chicken on the Atari 2600.
Okay.
Kind of like running across the road. And so now, of course, I'm collecting Vectrex games. And so there's not a lot of retail Vectrex games, but Space Wars, Spinball, Berserk, of course, arcade classic.
Hyper Chase,
and then Rip Off. So...
got some solid titles right there.
Yeah, and actually, I'm probably going to be going for one of those. It's like a multi-cart. That's kind of the better way to go, I think, for that sort of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And they're back on sale. I've seen them on eBay. So
exactly.
Yeah, very cool.
So thank you very much. I reached out and said thank you to him as well, and oh my God, so awesome. And then my final item is a system that I never owned before. I mentioned that big PC haul I did.
Right.
At one point, guys, I had 850 games in my game room sitting on the floor because I picked up...
Could you walk around?
No. And my wife was freaking out. And I couldn't shoot videos and stuff like that. And the reason for that is because, those 2 halls, the PC and the Commodore 64, were too good to pass up. And what I did is that I just didn't need them all. So I kept 200 of those games. I went through and picked out the ones I was really interested in. And then the rest of them went to Kinsey. Went to a buddy of ours, Dave Nunez, another big collector in Seattle, Kevin. I put a bunch of games into his collection. Cool. And then the guy who told me about it, his name is Andy, he couldn't go.
Oh, okay.
So he actually found the PC lot, but he couldn't go. So the rest of them I traded to him.
Nice.
And what I traded for was a working Commodore Amiga 500.
Whoa, dude, that box, man.
I know, isn't it crazy? So I've been looking for to get an Amiga computer in my collection for a while, and he happened to have a bunch of them, and this is all cleaned up and working, and so
these are pretty cool devices.
Yeah, so the Amiga was an amazing computer in the 80s because it had advanced graphics, it had advanced sound. A lot of actually Genesis games got their start on Amiga.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so the Amiga is a great 80s computer to collect for. Tons of software. I actually already had a bunch of software.
So you're good to go.
I'm good to go. So I just didn't have the computer, and it was just perfect. So he was looking for some games, and he hooked me up. I hooked him up. So
very
it was
cool,
perfect.
man. Nice, man.
Yeah. So thank you, Andy, very much for making that work. It was awesome.
Cool, man.
All right, dude. Well, that is our epic game haul.
Yeah. It was awesome, and we'll probably have another one maybe in a few months. We'll see how it goes. We never know. We just accumulate stuff. They say, hey, it's time for a pickups video.
It is. I know, definitely. So where can people find you on the internet, dude?
Hey, Radical Reggie on YouTube, on Twitter, Reggie Radical, because they wouldn't let me use Radical Reggie for some reason.
Right.
And if you want to see me, chilling out on Instagram, maybe just eating a cheeseburger or whatever, Radical Reg on Instagram.
You always say that. Are you always eating cheeseburgers?
I am, dude.
Okay.
That's why I gained a little weight, but I'm dropping it already, so it's all good.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care.
Ya.
It's always awesome hanging out with my bud Reg. He always comes in with the best games. And one of the fun parts about these kind of videos is that we don't share beforehand everything that we're going to get. So it's always a bit of a surprise. And, he and I complement each other so well, both on camera, but also our game collections. Again, every time he comes over, I'm always jealous and blown away and so happy for all the things that he finds. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe because I release 2 new videos every week, one on Tuesday and the other on Friday. All right, guys, thanks for watching.